Hi, this is Paul Hoyt. Welcome back to the fifth of our 5 sessions on the 5 choices of winning CEOs. We talked about the choice to know the business, to know the job, the choice to get support, and the choice to focus on personal growth. And now I want to talk about the fifth choice, which may be the most important one of all, which is the choice to improvise, adapt, and overcome, the choice to get the job done. Here's why this is one of the most, if not the most important one. Thomas Edison said that success was 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration. I add a little bit more detail to that. I think success is a little bit of having a great vision. It's knowing what your status is. It's developing plans, and it's gathering the resources together to execute that. And then it's about 97 or 98% execution. So execution, implementation, getting the job done is the secret to success. And it's not such a big secret at all. I'm going to give due credit to the United States Marine Corps, which is where I learned the phrase to improvise, adapt, and overcome. It's one of their most powerful slogans. While I was never a Marine, I have the greatest respect for those who have served our country. And I have the greatest respect for what I think is one of the most impressive and the most talented fighting units in the entire world. And I think it's useful for you to think about the tactics that the Marines use and the attitudes that the Marines use when it comes to your business. Because no battle plan, as they say, no battle plan survives contact with the enemy. And it's also true that no strategic plan or business plan that you ever put together will survive contact with the marketplace. It's because nothing stays the same, and it's really hard to predict the future. So it's useful to think about your business as a battleground, and useful for you to think about the tactics that have been successful with our Marines when it comes to fighting the battles and addressing the challenges in your business. It's also useful for you to think about your business as a puzzle that needs to be solved. For some of you, it's a very simple puzzle. For others of you, it's going to be a moderately complex puzzle. And for those of you who've chosen to jump into a business that has a lot of complexity to it, like bringing a consumer product to market or bringing a medical device to market, the puzzle that you have to solve is really large indeed. But no matter whether you're looking at a simple business, a moderately complex business, or an extremely complex business, every business has their puzzle components to it. Every business has moving targets, they have gaps that need to be identified and addressed, and they have unknowns that need to be discovered and managed. First, let's talk about those moving targets. In every business, you have changes constantly on your team. People come and people go. People show up from day to day, and sometimes they don't show up. You have changes in your business itself, in the products and services that you are offering, in the locations in which you serve your clients. And of course, the market changes from day to day as well, with competition coming and going and economic conditions that change week by week or year by year. So it's very useful for you to think about your business as a puzzle with a whole bunch of moving targets. And your job every day is to show up and figure out what the changes have been in your world, changes in your team, changes in your business, and changes in your market. It's also important for you to analyze your gaps, because every business has gaps. Because businesses are constantly changing, because it's a moving target, because the scale of your business changes, because the stages of your business change, everything is constantly evolving, and you will have gaps. One of the tools that I've created to help you understand and visualize those gaps is called a business foundation profile. In the business foundation profile, we take a look at your business from top to bottom in every one of the key performance areas and give you a rating from 5 to 95% in each one of those areas, and then graph it. And what you see on your screen now is the most common business foundation profile that we see. Most small business owners are very good with product development and customer service. They're not quite as good when it comes to leadership, operations management, or financial management. Most of them need support in sales, and most of them, sadly enough, are really poor in the areas of marketing, especially when it comes to lead generation and positioning yourself in the marketplace and branding. So almost every company that I've ever dealt with has significant gaps. And sometimes we map those gaps out so that it becomes very clear to them where their talent and experience gaps are. A big part of solving the puzzle of business and executing and getting the job done is understanding where your talent and experience gaps are so that you can address them. Another big job of solving the puzzle of business is knowing the unknowns, or at least discovering where those unknowns are. And those unknowns come in different flavors. There's the unknowns about the team, the unknowns about the business, and the unknowns about the external situation or your marketplace. Just like every single one of those areas of your business is moving and constantly changing, there are constant unknowns. It's really important for you to show up every day and ask yourself what has changed in the business from yesterday. It's important for you to be very honest about what you know and what you don't know in business so that you can solve the puzzle of business by discovering your gaps, by discovering where your moving targets lie, by discovering what your unknowns are and developing a plan to address that. You know, every business has its ups and downs. Every business has its good times and its tough times. I think sometimes being in business is like riding a roller coaster. You have good times when you land a great big contract or when you hire a really great resource or an employee, but the tough times come along too. The tough times when sometimes you don't win the deal that you thought that you were going to win. Sometimes your employees and your contractors don't show up the way that you really want for them to show up or way that you need for them to show up. Not everybody that you deal with pays on time, so cash flow can be a big challenge. And sometimes one of the most cruelest challenges of all is when you have more luck than you could possibly manage. I've seen many businesses go out of business not because they didn't have enough business or enough customers, but because they had too much and because they overextended themselves and because they didn't have the cash that was necessary to purchase the inventory or to finance the accounts receivable or to take advantage of their opportunities in the marketplace. So we all have good times and we all have tough times. It's really important for us to choose to improvise, to adapt and overcome, to get the job done, to be focused on the mission, to be passionate about succeeding in our business, to be honest about what is, and knowing that what is not permanent. It's not going to last forever. Whether it's a good time or a tough time, it's not going to last forever. To choose to fight that battle, to choose to solve that puzzle moment by moment throughout our business. It's really important for you to do that because it's helpful to be prepared to face those challenges, to address those issues, to solve those problems, and to overcome those obstacles. Because if you expect the unexpected, you're going to be much more effective when it comes to dealing with it. Those are the 5 choices of winning CEOs. To choose to know the business and the complexity and the probability of success factors. To choose to know the job based upon the complexity of the business that you have chosen, the stage of business that you have, and the scale of the business that you have. To choose to get the support you need in all of the different areas, in education, training, tools, and team. To choose to focus on personal growth so that you can overcome those blocks and fears and anxieties, and so that you can become a little more joyful, a little stronger, a little wiser, and more loving and peaceful every day. And to choose to get the job done through the choice to improvise, to adapt, and overcome. Your next steps are to think about these 5 key choices and whether or not you're making them in your business and see how they can apply to your specific business wherever you are in your business. And I want you to share this program with somebody that you care about. If you've gotten value from this program, then tell somebody about it. Go onto Facebook, go onto LinkedIn or Twitter, talk to people in your network about the program so that they can get value from these insights as well. And hopefully this is just the beginning of our relationship. I talked in the very opening about our distinctions, that I don't want a lot of your money. I want you to spend an appropriate amount of money, but I only want you to get the support that you need, that you can use, and that you can afford. I don't believe that belief and persistence alone will guarantee your success. I think that you need support. I think you need education and training. And I don't want you to jump into the deep end before you learn to swim. And if you're already in business, then I want to make sure that you get the education, the training, and the tools and the team that you need to take your business to the next level, whatever that means for you. I encourage you to take advantage of your free business clarity session. I encourage you to sign up for the Paul Hoyt Library and to begin your free trial on my office hours program. And if we can support you right away, please give us a call at 877-4HOYT. That's 877-367-4698. Or send an email to info@paulhoyt.com. Listen, I really do want you to lead an abundant and joyful life, and I really do believe that our products and services can help you do just exactly that. Until we meet the next time, this is Paul Hoyt wishing you a most marvelous and prosperous day. Bye-bye.